Hey guys, Lord Naren, White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to read you a chapter from the Bible. Today it will be the book of Job, chapter 6. But Job answered and said, "Oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balances together. For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words are swallowed up. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me, the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. Doth the wild ass bray when he hath grass, or loweth the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? The things that my soul refused to touch are as sorrowful as my meat, my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for. Even that it would please God to destroy me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort? Yea, I would harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope, and what is mine end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is wisdom driven quite from me? To him that is afflicted pity should be shewed from his hand, but he that forsaketh thee the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and as the stream of brooks they pass away, which are blackish by reason of the ice, and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax warm they vanish, when it is hot, they are consumed out of their place. The paths of their way are turned aside, they go to nothing, and perish. The troops of Tema looked, the companies of Sheba waited for them. They were confounded because they had hoped, they came thither and were ashamed. For now ye are nothing, ye see my casting down and are afraid. Did I say, Bring unto me, or give a reward for me of your substance? Or deliver me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from the hand of the mighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forcible are right words, but what doth your arguing reprove? Do ye imagine to reprove words and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? Yea, ye overwhelm the fatherless, and ye dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content, look upon me, for it is evident unto you if I lie. Return, I pray you, let it not be iniquity, yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So again, the book of Job now has entered the stage where Job is having a back and forth conversation with him and his friends. For example, Eliphaz the Temanite spoke in chapters 4 and 5, and now Job answering him. I think that Job's grief is very apparent. He for being such a upright and good man, he still feels a lot of grief, which is understandable. I mean, he lost a lot of stuff, and now his body is vexed with sores. It's pretty bad. Like, things are not looking good, And so things are pretty bad for Job, honestly. And then we look here. Actually, one of my favorite verses is in Job 6:4. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me, the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. This is very powerful, because that last part of the terrors of God do set themselves in array against me, it kind of describes a lot of how Job is feeling in this chapter. I think that's pretty much all the analysis I want to offer for this chapter. And so that's where I'll go ahead and end the Daily Diary video there for today, and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video. Since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I worked my software developer job, I worked at my core, and I uploaded and scheduled this Daily Diary video for yesterday's video for 5/11/23, and I've created, uploaded, and will schedule this daily diary video for 5/12/23. With the remaining time in this video, I'll go ahead and discuss some of the things I've been thinking. So in the last few videos, I talked about, completely random topics, but I talked about World of Warcraft Classic, and then I talked about watching the PBS Frontline documentary on the Taliban and the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan as the Taliban seized power there, and as those events were happening like simultaneously. And in today's video, I actually want to talk about staying the course. And by this I mean, at this point in time, in 2023, there's a lot of talk about recession. The US isn't in recession, it's kind of like a stagnation or slow growth. Technically, there has still been GDP growth, it's just been really slow. And in addition to that, there's been inflation. I can honestly say, living in Hawaii now, at this point in time, it is very expensive living here. And first of all, I'm grateful to God because He's given me a chance to have a job and a roof over my head. And that's something I don't take for granted one day. I was thinking like recently, like the price of milk. What's very interesting about it is when I was growing up in Malvern, Pennsylvania, I remember I think you could get a gallon of milk for like $2. $2. And the price of milk nowadays is like for like a gallon at the local 7-Eleven, it's like $9. $9. You can get it for a bit cheaper at Walmart. Like at Walmart, I think you can get it from between $5 to $7. But like if you think about that, if the price of a good doubles in like 20, 30 years, chances are like the salary of like the same role you were working in will not have doubled in that same time. And that's one of the things like that I think is like so crazy is like I'm really hoping that the United States government can figure out the inflation situation because it's like cost of living is already so high, and like I'm doing all right, so I don't worry about money, but I'm right at the cusp where like it's not like I have some great room for error. Like I'm not a millionaire, at this point. I do aspire to be, I believe I will be one day, but I'm not a millionaire today. I'm not even close. And so I look at it, I'm just like, how do people like even afford this stuff? Because like I was thinking, like one of the things recently is I don't have a car. Like I Uber if I ever need to go to get groceries or anything like that, and I also like I walk. So that's some of the ways that I try and save money is that is that I do things like that. Like I'll Uber to get like I'll go like Uber over to like the Supercuts near the Walmart, and that's how I'll get like the transportation to get a haircut. And so I was doing the math recently. I looked at a local Nissan dealership, and on that day they had like the lowest price of their car was like 10,000 some dollars. Or I don't know, maybe I don't know what it actually is. Like I really don't remember too much of the specifics, but like say for example, one of the cars they had was $10,000, like a used car for 10 grand in Hawaii. So you pay 10 grand to buy the car, and then you have to pay like I don't know how much it is in maintenance. Let's say it's like for like the maintenance fees you can budget like I don't know. Between maintenance and gas and repairs, I think it's easily like 250 a month. So then if you say 300 a month, that's like 3600 bucks a year. And I spend like and that's like in addition to the fact that like you actually have the car in the first place as well, which cost money. And it's like that just doesn't make any sense socioeconomically. And for where I'm at in life, like as a successful software developer, I would have thought that I could have like afforded a car by now. But it's still just like not a purchase I can justify to myself because it's just like so much money and maintenance and things like that. And like if I can like you know if I can just like you know find another way around it by way of like Uber or something, then I'll go for that. Either way, that idea was like, gas prices can rise, inflation prices, egg prices, food prices, milk prices, like everything like increasing in price. That's one thing I hope that I can look back years from now and say that like the government was able to get the inflation under control and that the cost of living in this country comes down a bit because it's very expensive living in the USA. And I really don't have anything negative to say. It's more just like, it can be better, and I know for my life, of course, and for Narangelicism, I'll always be, I'll keep going to make life better for my people one day at a time. So with that, I'll go ahead and end the Daily Dive video there for today. I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.